I slept with my wife's affair partner's wife, and I am divorcing her soon. Let me back up because this story has a lot of moving parts, and I want you to understand exactly how I got here. My wife and I got married almost 3 years ago. The first year was fine, normal. We had our issues like any couple, but nothing that felt unfixable. Then something shifted. I couldn't put my finger on it at first. She started working late more often, texting during dinner, laughing at her phone and turning it away from me when I walked past. Little things. The kind of things that individually mean nothing, but together mean everything. I'm not the type to blow up without evidence. I'm patient. So I watched. Then one afternoon I came home early from work and there was a car parked in my driveway I didn't recognize. A newer model. Out of place. My wife's car was there too. I sat down the street and waited. About 40 minutes later, a man walked out of my house, got in that car, and left. My wife texted me 20 minutes after that asking when I'd be home. I told her I was stuck at work. That was the moment I stopped being a husband and started being a detective. I hired a private investigator 2 weeks later. Within a month, I had everything. Hotel receipts, timestamps, locations. The guy was her co-worker. They'd been at it for almost a year. He had a wife, 3 kids. I sat with that information for weeks, figuring out my next move, when my phone rang from an unknown number one night. It was her, his wife. She'd found texts on his phone. Nothing as detailed as what I had, but enough. She was shaking on the phone. I could hear it. She told me she'd suspected something for a long time, since her last pregnancy actually, but kept pushing the feeling down. Hearing her say that, I felt something I didn't expect. Not pity exactly, more like recognition. She was living in the same fog I'd been sitting in for months. We agreed to meet. I brought my documentation. She brought the texts. We spent 3 hours at a coffee shop going through everything piece by piece. She was sharp, organized. She had a mental timeline of every business trip, every late night, every excuse that now made sense. I remember thinking this woman is more composed than I would be if our roles were reversed. We started meeting regularly after that, coordinating, figuring out when and how to confront them. Her husband had no idea she knew. My wife had no idea I knew. We were running a full parallel investigation right under their noses, while they kept sneaking around thinking they were completely untouchable. Somewhere along the way, the meetings changed. I can't point to one specific moment. It wasn't a decision I sat down and made. It was a slow drift. We were spending a lot of time together. We understood each other in a way that felt rare. One night she said something that made me laugh for the first time in months. A real laugh. I hadn't realized how long it had been since I'd done that until it happened. One thing led to another. I'm not going to pretend I regret it. That would be a lie. She was warm and present in a way my wife hadn't been with me in over a year. The difference was impossible to miss. We kept meeting. It went on for a while. Neither of us put a label on it. We just kept showing up for each other. Then I read the texts. I'd been avoiding going through all of them because some of it I knew I didn't want stuck in my head. But one night I sat down and went through everything from start to finish. And I found the messages where my wife and her coworker talked about his wife, what they said about her body after having 3 kids, the names they used. My wife, a woman sitting there participating in it like tearing another woman apart, was just entertainment between them. And then I found what she said about me. She told him about my fertility issues, things I shared with her in private, things that actually cost me something to say out loud the first time. She handed them to this man like gossip, said I wasn't a real man, that she felt cheated being with someone like me. He responded with a laughing emoji. I closed my laptop, sat in the dark. That was it. Not angry done, not emotional done, just completely, quietly finished. Whatever grief I might have had about this marriage ended that night. There was nothing left to protect. The divorce papers are already drawn up. No joint accounts, no shared property, no kids between us. The split will be clean and fast. She still comes home, acts completely normal, makes dinner plans, talks about a summer trip like we have a future to plan for. I let her talk. His wife is handling her own next steps. Her situation is more complicated with 3 kids, but she knows exactly what she has, and she knows what to do with it. My wife is going to sit across from me very soon, and I'm going to lay out every single piece, every receipt, every timestamp, every location, every message, including the ones where she laughed about me with the man she was sleeping with in my house. I've been carrying this for months, staying calm, living normally, getting everything in order while she thought she was getting away clean. She has no idea how long I've known. She's about to find out.